One of his major advisors a couple of days ago, and I said, I want LeBron James to know that we hope he stays in Ohio. But regardless of what his personal decision is, we will continue to be very proud of this young man. He is an Ohio product. He exhibits wonderful values, and so we're proud of him regardless. I hope it's possible to continue to see him play in Cleveland, but I think it's also important for Ohio to be proud that we have produced such a fine person with such incredible athletic skill.
You think he'll stay?
Well, I hope he does.
Did you get any indication from talking to the advisor?
I would be just guessing if I gave you any indication as to what he might do.
Well, give us a guess.
Well, I certainly hope he stays in Cleveland. I think there are compelling reasons why he could choose to stay in Cleveland, but it's his personal choice, obviously.
Governor, how many debates do you want?
We have, my understanding is that the two campaigns have been meeting discussing that. I think the newspapers in Ohio, the major newspapers, have put forth a proposal to us, and I don't know exactly what the final decision will be, but I believe that we will look to the consortium of major newspapers as sponsors of the debate. I don't know that for sure, but I'm glad to believe that that's where the talks are going.
Governor,
yes.
Despite your commercials and the Democratic Governors Association commercials, polls are still showing that Congressman Kasich is still fairly well unknown. Do you plan to keep on the tactic of trying to connect him to Wall Street, or?
Well, just let me say to you that the polling does show that Mr. Kasich is not well known. If he's not willing to do what I'm doing with you today on a more or less regular basis and talk about himself and his plans and his record, then I will take the opportunity to do that.
We have time for one more question.
Governor, why this speech now at this point in the campaign? Why did you feel?
Well, Mark, I think it's important to clearly lay out the difference, the differences that exist within our records, our values, the votes we've cast, the things we've advocated for. I mean, you know, I said some things in this speech that I think many Ohioans would have no idea about. That he would vote to quadruple or propose in his budget to quadruple the cost of medications for veterans. That he actually voted to cut funding for veterans who may have sustained head traumas. That he advocated eliminating the Appalachian Regional Commission. That he actually wanted to reduce dramatically the earned income tax credit. I think most Ohioans have no idea that that's a part of his record, but it is a part of his record, and it's easy to document, to validate. Everything I've said today in this speech can be documented, and then he says, as he said, I believe it was to Joe, that he said he would give you the math. I think that statement was to you. 541 days ago, and we're less than 4 months for an election, and he wants to be the governor of the state of Ohio, and he wants to eliminate our state income tax, and he's not saying, you think we have a budget problem now? I mean, I just got a question about an $8 billion budget problem. You take away our state income tax, ask him how he's going to deal with a, I don't know, a $16 billion problem or whatever. This is his proposal, and he wants to be governor. And so I gave this speech today because I think it's time that people start seeing the difference between the two of us. What I've done, what I've advocated for, what I voted for, and his record. I think it's important for people to know.